What time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, what time is it? Your show. Yeah, he's back from the dead. Your show. Putting it on the map, yeah. Saskatoon. Right next to New York. New York. Yeah, what show, yeah. Your show. What time is it? Your show. Yeah, time to talk some shit, yeah. Your show.
You've tuned in, yeah.
Yeah, fun Maggie. Bark, bark, wolf, wolf, who wants a treat, yeah. Keep listening.
That's just great guidance right there. Like before it was, the countdown goes and we got that sick intro flowing and then we hear, all right, 10 seconds, mics are on. This time when LB's in the house, he doesn't even say mics are on because he knows when he says 10 seconds that we all know to shut the hell up. But he also has now started us which camera we're starting on. Shout out to ISO Camera 3 right there, the one we're on right now, and welcome to the Friday edition of your show. My name is Gary. I hope you're having a great, lovely, beautiful Friday as we are so close to the weekend. And Fridays are extra special around here because that means we have another episode dropping of our first non-live show, if you will, the One Bad Podcast. And here to help promote it, ladies and gentlemen, don't make a single sound for this man, Network Ryan. How you doing, bud? I said no sounds. Come on. That was a little bit of a
He
sound.
sucks.
That's okay. We'll accept those sounds.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh man, super good. Track and field today at the little boys' school.
Did you break a triple jump record for me like I asked?
I crushed grade ones all day at track and field.
I could picture you like Peyton Manning doing the football skit with the kids.
That's one of my favorite SNL skits of all time.
Horrible form for a triple jump. You gotta do it this way, and then throw a shoe at him with a spike.
You know what? My wife did tell me to, hey, shh, because I used to be a track coach for like a decade, right?
This is why I brought it up.
And I'm talking, she's like, hey, that girl runs good or that guy runs good. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. The slowest kid had the best running form or whatever. And I'm like, you can't tell unless you can definitely tell. Yeah. And I'm like,
it's a blessing and a curse being a coach, eh?
Yeah. Hey, my son did good though. He's got that bruised heel from jumping off the jungle gym. He's doing little boy stuff, hey? Showing me where he jumped off, bruised his heel, needed x-rays and stuff.
Legit. Okay, this wasn't just like,
it wasn't just like a, hey, I got a sore foot. No, he like jumped off from taller than my head height. Landed on the hard part of the sand where it's
break my entire body, so I can't even laugh at that.
Yeah, but he did the 50-meter dash and the 75.
Nice.
And long jump, ball throw.
Oh, yeah. Do they still use those heavier balls, or is it just like a baseball?
It was a baseball.
Yeah. I know it's not a shot put, so.
Crushed it.
Eventually. When that transition to shot put, though, that's a tough one. I used to throw the shot put like a baseball.
Oh, yeah, and these people are just tearing the front of their shoulder off because they try and throw a 16-pound ball.
Yeah, not smart.
Anyways, we were talking about One Bad Podcast.
Here we go.
Man, was it cool to re-go through it?
Yes.
Re-go through the episode.
As we get them ready to
get it ready to launch. We do the little shorts that are available on the Dufferin Avenue Media Network short YouTube playlist. What a mouthful. And coming up with an episode name and just seeing what Katie and Shane talk about, right? And everybody's like, oh yeah, Katie's going to be on the show, here to promo it, Network Ryan.
Well, the fun part is, as well, speaking on what you just spoke about, we, and by we I mean me, as the guy who goes through and gets the promos, I went through the exact same thing. It's so hard to find like a little clip of that won't like give the whole show away because it's so full of these. It's basically like little clip after little clip all the way through. That's the whole show.
Yeah.
So it's easy, but it's hard because you have to pick like the best ones to you, and they're all the best. So I feel your pain on that.
Yeah, for sure. And you know what else I'll say?
What's that?
Besides OBS or OBP, One Bad Podcast being a super cool, fun, new thing that we're doing. And I said it to you inside when we were out of the studio, and I know that everybody else from DAM right now is listening, but we had the funnest and also most effective meeting I think we've probably ever had in the DAM studio.
In case you weren't wondering why he's named Network Ryan, that statement explains it perfectly.
Yeah.
Only Network Ryan would be so happy
to have a meeting.
We had a great meeting. That meeting was awesome.
I'm not the guy that's like where everybody's like that meeting could have been an email. That's not me because I don't want to have meetings.
No, and we don't like emails either.
No, like
or any interaction.
All of those things. Yeah, I hate everybody, including DAM. I hate everything. But to have like, drink a beer, eat some dino sours,
lots of candy.
and meet LB's girlfriend.
Yeah, shout out to Brooklyn.
And just chat and schedule content and talk about like upcoming stuff and talk about a new thing that the producers are putting together. So exciting. I don't want to preview it because they told me not to.
Yeah.
But a lot of exciting stuff and it's all very fun. So if you want to be a part of it, if you're a creator or a potential advertiser, is LB going to get it?
I was talking about you. Are you going to throw it to? There it is. DufferinAve.com.
DufferinAve.com. If you've got a show, whether it be a YouTube show, a podcast, if you're a local business or a Canadian business in general, like if you've got an online retail outlet that we can maybe give a little boost to or advertise for you, we can bake it in, kind of like we're doing now.
I love saying baked in promos.
Or we can put a little ad banner on the bottom or feature
those guys are pretty cool. Look at those guys.
Yeah.
Oh, so are those guys.
Feature
Love
you
those
on
guys.
any of our new shows coming up in June. We're going to have several, and they're all in the works, and they're all exciting.
And you're not even going to get yelled at because it's actually true now when we say it, because we had a meeting about it. You've made it happen. So One Bad Podcast, episode 3 out now. Where can people find it?
Anywhere you find, this is what Uncle Brando says, anywhere you find better podcasts.
Perfect.
Yep.
That's a great way of putting it.
You can just Google One Bad Podcast and it'll come up.
That's pretty cool.
You can probably Google One Bad Son Podcast and it'll come up. The internet's smart enough to figure that kind of search out.
Don't get me started on AI, man. I'm so done with AI. The Skynet, this shit's getting way too real.
But it's on YouTube, it's on Spotify, it's on Apple, it's everywhere. So go and listen because it's a ton of fun.
All right. Again, no one make any noise for Network Ryan. You go in the booth now and go do some shit. Boo. Who invited that guy? Who even invited him? That's what I was trying to say. You guys, like, we don't even want... Okay, I can't say I love him too much. Love you, Dragon. He's a beautiful, beautiful man. So there you go. Network Ryan in the house. Letting you know One Bad Podcast episode 3 has dropped. And they drop every morning on Fridays. So that's very fun. As like these upcoming shows even have specific days, which is pretty cool. So Network Ryan, thank you. I know we make fun of it all the time, but we do appreciate him. So don't be like, oh, why are you guys so mean to him? We love him. It's just fun to, play up the gimmick of, oh, the boss. No one likes the boss. We got LB, as we mentioned, on the ones and twos today. LB, I know you got some walk-up music ready, and I know I want to hear it. So let's go ahead and play that bad boy for our next guest. Yeah, can you hear it? Can you hear the headphones? Woo! Here it comes. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Uncle Brandon! How you make some noise? Oh, it's a tough crowd today. It's a really tough crowd today. They're not packing peanuts, actually. Those are cornstarch-based, all-natural Uncle Mike's packing peanuts. I guess they are packing peanuts.
They're
At least salt them first. What are you doing?
they're not as bad as I thought they were going to be.
We had a big joke talking about how we'd have to sprinkle them with like some Cheetos dust or something to make it look like they were Cheetos. We didn't even have to. He's just diving in, man.
This is a callback. See, they thought that I wasn't going to actually eat these. They thought as a meme I'd chew one. I ate the whole box. I'm going to eat the whole box right here. It tastes like soap.
Uncle
because
Mike.
there was soap in the box.
Uncle Mike, I know you're watching, and I just want you to know we might need some more packing peanuts from our boy, Uncle Brando.
I kind of appreciate it. They kind of disintegrate in your mouth. It's like really bad breakfast cereal, but it tastes like soap.
You know what else is in there? Check this out. All natural bug spray.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Don't drink that, though. It's bad for you.
Wait, so wait.
Even though it's 100% natural.
Oh, 100% natural?
Yeah.
Back to the snack, baby.
Are we gonna start?
Back to the snack.
How much your stomach pumps on Amazon?
Yeah, don't eat the whole box.
Says who?
Okay, Uncle Brando is here. You know him from the Commander Cookout podcast, everyone's favorite podcast. I love it so damn much. Even though I know nothing about magic, and I've genuinely tried so hard to learn, but you guys say it so perfectly. It's the most impossible game to even try to learn because it's the biggest game in the universe. There's so much, and it continues to grow as far as cards go, what they do, how they operate in different decks. There's just too much going on there. But you guys make it so entertaining. So thank you first and foremost for that.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that, Gary. And next week, tomorrow, actually, it gets even bigger and even better as the new set comes out. The most exciting set ever. If you wonder what I'm doing with my hand there.
Monies.
That's money. See, this here, this is give me some of your money. This here, give me all of your money. And
You can
that's
talk
what
about
they
producing the show. I'm really getting in on this money gimmick.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we got another box opening?
Oh, you better believe it. So early next week, check out the Commander Cookout YouTube channel. You will see me probably curl into the fetal position and cry. Real tears.
He does.
As
He's
I
not joking.
realized a lot of my money went directly into the toilet, and I just flushed it.
That's
So-
what you say about all the openings, though.
I do the gambling so that the people out there don't have to, you know. People love gambling, but like you can live through vicariously through me, and you would probably have better luck because of it.
Now, that box that was holding those packing peanuts, that was the box opening I did. My first ever box opening. I thought it was really fun. I used that rock wool tool over there.
Oh yeah, I was checking that. That's a good knife.
So I wanted to know what you would recommend for a good, maybe your best BBO tool so far that you've used to open up boxes,
the best thing I've used so far.
besides the cowboy hat.
Oh, the cowboy hat it can't be topped. There's a card out there actually where a lady is wearing a cowboy as a hat.
I saw you put a picture
Which
of
is
that
just-
today. I saw
Oh,
that
man.
on the Twitters.
CCO Brando on Twitter. You can check it out.
So funny.
But my personal favorite so far is the time I used a flathead screwdriver
Oh yeah,
because it like made a fun sound.
yeah.
But I mean, usually I use my butter knife, or as I like to call it, the meat cleaver I found in my drawer.
Actual meat
Yeah,
cleaver.
I don't know
It's not
where
a
I
butter
got
knife.
it,
Yeah.
so
It came with his house. We know where you
it
got
just
it.
appeared.
was
So
there.
now I use it.
And that's sweet. You used samurai swords before too.
Yep, I have used a samurai sword before.
Part of the excitement is, anticipating what type of weapon Uncle Brando's going to use to open this tiny little magic card box. It's really cool.
I really, really, really want to one day use a chainsaw.
Yes!
But there's two things standing in my way. One, I don't own a chainsaw.
I can get you one.
That's number one.
I'll get
and
you one.
number two is I'm worried that like if I cut the cards in half before I open them, I feel like the video would be real short.
Well, no, because honestly, most of the cards you pull are garbage anyway.
That's
you just
true.
do this the whole time. The garbage, go, "Meh," and then if it's really good, you go, "Wah, wah," and if it's okay, like, "Wah, wah." Like it's very gimmicky, and I love that about it.
Well, that's how everybody can tell whether a card is good or bad.
And point being, you never go, "Wah, wah." So it's just you're pulling garbage. It's like me out in the yard.
Yeah, it's like you pick. We can do a weed whacker to open the packs, says Network Ryan.
That'd be pretty fun.
I actually own a weed whacker. That's a thing I do own. I physically possess one.
I
of
like
those.
where this is going. So we're gonna totally promote. I really want to start pushing the box openings more as well. So if we can get those going on the network, that would be quite exciting. This thing. I gotta turn it on, you guys. See, they're always giving me. I try to save the batteries because these battery packs they go. So I turn it off when I know there's not much that I need to hear.
Right?
But apparently they've been talking in here. So.
Well, like a little bit.
Yeah.
Touch, like whatever.
Producers always doing stuff. Oh, that's what he was saying. Pay the bills. Ladies and gentlemen, the only reason you're here, give it up for the Makey Cam. Look at her.
that.
Oh, why
that,
so
Doc.
glum, sunshine? Look over there. Yeah.
There she is. She's up.
God, she's so beautiful.
Man, she's
Every
a
time
very
I see
pretty
her,
dog.
she's just the most, like, her colors and her aura. Like, she just exuberates beautifulness.
I love
that
how
so
she
much.
always comes up and she makes sure that you're having a good time and
Yeah.
a nice day before she physically allows you in the building.
Yeah.
Like you have to pet the dog,
It's like reverse guard dogs.
say hi to the dog. It's excellent.
Yeah, she makes sure you're doing good.
And she's so bright and colorful and well groomed. And I think that all of that is a sign of good nutrition and grooming.
I will tell you, she does eat the Go branded dog food that is supposed to help your coat, and that's why she's so shiny.
Man, I should try that.
Yeah, it's pretty good too. I've tried a couple of kibbles.
It is. Does it not taste too bad?
It's pretty good.
I tried cat food one time and it wasn't. It was embarrassingly not as disgusting as I thought it was going to be. Like
There's a reason.
I
that
feel like
doctors
if you
say
put
that.
human food on the can instead of cat food, you could eat it. It wouldn't be great, but you could eat it, and like people would defend it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. By the way, Pet Pound 8th Street, your Pet's Natural Grocer. Our friends Mike and Rochelle over there, along with the rest of the team, always doing great things. They will welcome you in. Their dog Leroy is always there to greet you. He's also a great greeter. And Mike likes to say Leroy and Maggie are dating, so that's sort of a thing. So we're like,
nice.
what do you call it? We're like in-laws now, which is pretty cool. And they got all the food, all the stuff you need to make not only your pet's life fantastic, but your life as a whole, because it's always a great experience when you walk into Pet Planet on 8th Street, your Pet's Natural Grocer.
Leroy is excellent, for the record. He helped me pick out a cookie for Big Urs one time.
See? And everyone goes there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic greeter / employee of the year / millennium. So I'm into it.
Nice.
Pet Planet's a great place.
I got a message from my friend, Mrs. Sweetass, who is the wife of the Sotner Concrete Services owner, Mr. Sweetass. And she was there the other day. She texted me like, I was just at Pet Planet 8th Street. The best experience I've ever had. Oh my God, they were so nice. I'm like, yeah, no kidding. That's why we're here. And then she asked to do cross promotion of our social medias. And I just laughed. I have no idea what that
what
means
does
or
it
what you're
even
talking
mean?
about. But I can get our social media lady, old Brixie there, from Wendy Brooks Media, to get in touch with her. There she is. Look at that, right on time. And so our social media people are going to go like this, and they're going to do something. No idea what it's going to be, but they're going to do something.
I don't know how that works either, but I'm glad that other people do, and I'm glad that they are on our side and could be on your side if you want them to be.
Yeah,
I like that.
It's a lot of fun. So you and I, we've been talking about this show we're going to be doing soon. Brando and Gary Get Good at Gaming, as our Twitch stream is basically ready to go. We're just working on the last couple of kinks. Did an 18-minute recording, and it looked like I was Arcus out there. Like I was playing my game, and you could see me playing the game. You could see the big screen of the game. You could see the times and like all of the sets. And I learned how to use the stream to start and stop the clock for the speed running. It's all happening, and I'm very excited for that. And baked within that, as Network Ryan likes to say, oh God, you guys look so good on that Commander Cookout podcast. Little flyer, I just want to say that. I love mine too. I was very happy with mine. What's the name? Giovanni Pizza Man?
Yep.
Giovanni Pizza Man makes the coolest skull heads.
He's very good at that.
Yeah.
We're really lucky in Commander Cookout where we have a lot of very talented people
We have
who
a
are
huge
willing
crew
to help us. Yeah.
That always just help each other, which is very nice. Wrestling games. We love wrestling around here. And you wanted to bring up a game that is near and dear to basically anyone my age's heart if you're a wrestling and a gaming fan. What do you got for me, buddy?
So follow me down this rabbit hole for just a moment, if you will.
go.
So, if you play PlayStation, you're a member of PlayStation Online. You'll know that one of the free games for this month is AEW Fight Forever.
Fight forever.
Available for free, made
Really?
by a lot of the same gaming design team that did Revenge, No Mercy, WrestleMania
Wait for
2000.
it. THQ?
THQ, that's the one. Lots of the same crew involved there. You can see a lot of the similarities, plays very, very similarly. And what I found while playing that game was like, man, I just wish I was playing No Mercy right now, dude. Like this is just not what I wanted. And then I kind of went down that path a little bit. And do you remember, does anybody else out there remember, WCW NWO World Tour?
Yes.
The first game of that ilk, right? It wasn't refined, didn't have a creator wrestler. It was just like all the WCW guys, all the NWO guys, and then like a whole bunch of like worldwide talent. There was All Japan, New Japan, AAA from Mexico, all these guys that just had never really been seen in America in like a mainstream video game.
Mr. Noodle
Ever.
or something like that?
Yeah,
What was that guy's name? There's a whole bunch. Yeah, those New Japan wrestlers had the best names.
And
They
some
dressed
of
up so
them weren't.
hilariously.
Some of them they couldn't get the licensing for the rights, so they had to like make up names that were sort of close.
Yeah.
Right. And I was thinking, man, like how cool would that be if that game was like brought just into a modern light? You know what I'm saying?
Now we're cooking.
I don't know if I do it with AEW because we've already proved that they can't make video games.
Whoa.
But let's say
Hot take.
let's just say that there was like a WWE World Tour where you had like the remnants of some of those old companies that were just all together in one game and like exposing an audience to all these guys that they had no idea existed before. I think that would have been really cool, and I wanted to know what you thought of that because I was thinking about it lots. Like, oh man, this would have been so freaking sweet if this wasn't the first game of its kind. If this was like the third one in the series, right? Like WrestleMania 2000 was a great game, and I feel like World Tour would have been well served to have got like the benefit of being the third game in a franchise.
Now, just to make sure we're on the same game here, this was the one that opened up with like the big NWO trailer, like the big semi.
That's the one.
And it comes down, yeah, okay. Yep. And man, they were all so good. And the other one's WWE No Mercy. That was the other one?
No Mercy was the penultimate one.
Yeah, and then
Or the
WCW
ultimate
versus
one, I guess.
NWO.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, my entire thoughts here is all I want is for just once in my life to be able to hit a guy in the nuts like this and have it go ding.
Oh,
Like it does in that game. As long as the game has that, because I probably won't ever experience that in real life, but if I can do that and ding in the game, then I am in. I am all in, to quote AEW.
The thing I always wanted was like, you know, you can give him the old nut shot with the ding,
Yeah.
but if you puffed out your chest, that meant you were blocking. So if you hit him in the nuts, it didn't do anything.
No ding.
It's like, I'm not sure that's how that
No
works,
ding.
is what I always used to say. But I mean, and later on I would be proven right as I embarked on my own journey through wrestling, and you can't just puff out your chest and have it.
Did you
negate.
just open the door for wrestling questions? Have you ever been hit in the nuts in the wrestling match? Like,
Absolutely. I
like
have.
properly though? Like that?
Like,
Like gimmickly, not actually.
Oh, like
does it
gimmick-
hurt
oh.
as much as it looks?
yes. Oh yeah. Like
Okay.
when you actually get hit, it hurts as much as you think it does.
What's the hitting percentage, would you say?
It's pretty low. I'd say like 80% of nut shots are just fine.
Okay.
But the ones that slip through are typically like medium. The ones you got to look out for are the ones that were totally unintentional. Because what it's going to be is an elbow or like somebody doing a backflip and they get you with their knee.
So unintentional.
Like, oh man. Do you know what C4 is? A Spanish fly, if you will?
Yes.
Did that one time, and the guy's knee, like he did a backflip while holding on to me, and his knee just came down around on the ground and just drove my boys into my eye sockets. It was brutal. Like I couldn't breathe. I couldn't get up. Like you can't show like, oh, I just got hit in the nuts. Like you got to sell like, oh, I just took this sick flippy wrestling move. So you gotta just like roll out of the ring and lay on the floor for a while. Like, oh, I hope he doesn't come over here and get me because I can't get up. Oh
I
man.
can't tell which is more important of a question right now. One, holy shit, Spanish fly is like one of the hardest wrestling moves. Like you're basically top rope doing a backflip while holding the guy.
Yep.
That's insanity. You're doing that. And getting hit in the nuts like that, like does the guy know he's doing it to you? Did he know he got you?
It was 100% an accident.
That's what I'm
And
saying.
Afterwards,
Okay.
we get in the back and we're like, dude, like, oh, I was like, what was wrong with you? Why are you rolling? Man, you got me so good. You got me right in the boys.
And what did he say?
I'm sorry.
What can you say?
Yeah, like, there's not much. It's an
Yeah.
honest mistake,
fair.
right? Because if we did it on purpose, I would.
Well, this is
I
what I'm
would
getting at. How
squeeze
do
the
you
life out of him.
How do you gimmick a guy in the nuts? Like how do you hit him and not make it hurt?
Well, I mean, you
What's the move? Are we allowed to share? Remember, we're not allowed to share trade secrets.
shouldn't share the.
Okay,
trade
no, we're not
secret
going to.
too
No,
much,
never mind. No,
but-
we don't
yeah.
have to.
I don't want to.
I don't want you to end up being like that magician that went on TV with a mask and was like, "Here's how you
Oh,
do
yeah,
all the
yeah.
magic," and
Here's
just ruined
how
every
ma-
kid's dreams forever.
Just ruins magic for everyone.
Yeah.
That guy sucked. I
That guy's
watched
the
that TV
worst,
series,
yeah.
man.
That was horrible.
Man, magic's my favorite thing. Like not just the card game, but like actual like pull a rabbit out of my
Tricks.
hat.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
I know.
I love it, and I hate it when people like ruin the surprise. Like I don't want to know the rabbit's been under the table the whole time. I don't want to
with
know that. I want to think that the rabbit magically appeared, and he pulled him out of the hat. Like you know what I mean?
Perfect.
And that rabbit had a great life also.
Yeah.
And it's a little bunny family, and they're just hanging out, living, doing all the stuff.
Definitely doesn't spend an entire night under a table, not moving.
Yeah, being
Doing
afraid.
it.
Like I don't
Yeah.
want that.
Nope. Moving right along because that got dark quick. I just want to say the nut shots in wrestling and what got us there. We got Uncle Brown joining us from the CCO podcast. What got us there is we were talking about video games and the wrestling games as a whole. AEW, their new games for free right now in the PlayStation Store. We want to bring back those THQ games, the old games that we all know and love, that we all used to play on the N64s. Probably the best wrestling games ever made. I think we can still stand with that.
Absolutely.
And what happened was when you would get a guy in the wiener, you do that, and then there would be a bing, like a bell sound.
Yep.
And I just wanted to make sure that was in the game if we ever bring it back. And it sounds like that'll be a part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like,
That makes me
no chance of leaving it out.
very happy. So are we going to start a petition to get this done?
I think we should. I feel like they probably listen to us. I mean, at this rate, and I'm just going to bury everybody right now.
Here we go.
There hasn't been a great wrestling video game in a decade.
Yeah.
There just has not. And I think that SmackDown Here Comes the Pain was the last great wrestling game. Because then they either went too stupid or so simulation. It's like, it's not, they follow too many of the wrestling rules where you couldn't even simulate a modern match in a game.
Not fair.
And I don't want that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't need to have like I don't want to do a cheat code to throw a punch. I don't want running and doing a move to a guy to require 4 buttons and me to hold a joystick in it.
Yeah, what is this, Street Fighter?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, Street Fighter's way easier than modern wrestling.
I can't play any of those wrestling
It's
games.
way easier. It's really hard. And I think if they were to bring it back to do something a little bit more simple, but do it good, unlike AEW Fight Forever, and I think that we would have a winning formula on our hands.
I agree. I like that. You got anything else on the docket? What's going on in Uncle Brando's world?
On the docket, and Brando, tell me what are we doing? I'm going to...
I'm sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh, it's
I know
all good. I've fixed a lawnmower. I'm gonna clean up a backyard.
Whoa.
I haven't done any like regular real human stuff in quite a while. I'm back from vacation, so now I'm gonna mow some grass and like rake some leaves and stuff, which I'm actually kind of excited. Now that I don't have a yard of my own, I'm actually excited to do some of the work that comes along with having a yard again.
That's crazy.
Which
dude.
is weird because before you had to hold me at gunpoint to mow the lawn.
Yeah, it's
Right?
work.
It's like, listen here, Brando, you're going to mow that lawn or I'm going to shoot you in the face with a bazooka. Fine.
Tough crowd.
But now it's like, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Like I'm gonna cut some long grass. I'm gonna put it in
growing, man.
bags, right? It's like
You're turning into a man.
right. Like I'm turning a yard, and you can see the results of my handiwork right in front of me.
You did have quite the green thumb, though. I will give you that. You did a lot of good growing.
Yeah, I'm an avid hot pepper grower. I've got a small crop of them on the way now. I'm not sure how many I'll get, but the plants are growing. They are healthy, and I used to take them to work at the other places.
I got it in my eye.
And
I burned my eyes out.
Did I ever tell you my super hot pepper?
Yeah,
cooking at the.
I was hoping we could get that in real.
Can I?
Can you do it in 3 minutes?
Absolutely, I
Start the
can.
timer.
So
Here we
check
go.
this out. So
It's
I
a
used
hell
to,
of a story.
I used to grow really hot peppers, and one day I brought one along to work with me to cut up and put in my soup because I also like spicy food. I eat soup every day, so I brought this hot pepper to put in my soup. So I chops it up on the cutting board, real small. Throw it into the soup. This is going to be so good. So I was like, oh man, while everything's boiling, I have to go to the washroom because that's how life works. Now you'll notice that nowhere in here did I mention that I put my hands in the sink and rinsed off the pepper juice from my hand.
Didn't do it.
So instead, I went to the washroom and I goes to the urinal and I start doing the business. And about halfway through said business, I'm thinking to myself, I have made a mistake. This is what I have done. I have put my hands where it does not belong, and I am now paying for it. And what are you going to do about it? Like, it's not like I can shower it off.
Still got half a day of work to do.
It's not like I can, like, squat over the sink and splash water on myself. No, I had to go back to work with superheated habanero
Downstairs.
juice on the down floor, clean up aisle 9. It was not a good day for you, boy.
No, there was no cleanup in Isle Brando that day.
No, it was all mess all the time.
I remember seeing you, and then I laughed at you, and that's how we always talk about karma and how it is very real. I laughed for a while at that situation, and then like a week later, I took those same peppers and I put some in my soup, and I got it in my eyes. Like I even washed my hands, but I must have missed a spot, and I like had a little sweat, and I couldn't see for a day.
Yep.
Hot peppers, man.
Yeah,
don't mess with them.
Don't mess around at all.
Uncle Brando from the CCO podcast. You're going to hang around for a bit. Hey, we're going to hop to a pre-tape here right now, but if you want to hang out, we got one more special guest coming through. I believe that's going to be a lot of fun.
I'll be around. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it all week.
Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Brando, give it up. My man. And then watch this. Then we go ISO. Look at that. Man, we're getting into the zone here. All right. You know how much we love supporting local around here. Literally, it's what we do. As our big saying is, hey, we're not looking to get rich. No, we're just looking to get comfortable. Everyone around us, let's get comfortable because life is so hard out there. And a guy who is very hyper-local, besides our boy Croker, who we'll talk to next week, always creatorating all over town, is this next guest who we are going to go to right now. Take it away there, LB. Ugly Kid Joel is in the house on this Friday as we get set to roll into the weekend. It's always a good time when you are here, my friend. You know him from Hometown Rock, 8 p.m. every night.
Yes.
Over on Rock 102. How you doing, buddy?
I'm well. It's Friday. I'm back at work after a couple weeks
Yeah.
off.
Okay. How did the first week back go?
It was a little chaotic. Less chaotic than I anticipated, but nonetheless.
Very positive take. I like that.
Yeah, it's
That's
always
good.
just a little, get to catch up on everything.
Well, 2 weeks is a lot harder to catch up than 1 week.
Yes. Yeah, but
So that's definitely...
we hit the ground running. It was
Good
great
for
to
you.
get back on the radio and chat with some of the bands and
Yes.
just catch up with a few people. I missed a couple shows while I was away, so I was chatting with a couple bands that whose shows I missed to see how they went. One of those was Pete from The Great Fuss,
The Great Fuss.
who opened up for Wide Mouth Mason on one of their shows.
Yes. That's
So
fun.
he said it was a fantastic time. Whitney was over there. She said it was great. Anytime you get they have a saxophone in the band. I love saxophones.
Dude, the second you get wind instruments into any sort of music, I'm in.
So
That's it for me.
they were very excited to get that opportunity. Gave a lot of love to Mitch over at the Capitol for doing what they
Yes.
do to local music as well. Because there's a lot of people in town that put a lot of effort into. I just talk to people on the radio. These guys are the ones actually spending the money and bringing these bands in and giving
Putting
them
the
an
work
opportunity to play. So
Yeah.
shout out to all the local venues around town.
Absolutely. And it does sort of feel like it's coming back. Hey, like the vibe, a term I hate using so much, but I just use it as a crutch now because I don't know how else to explain it, of the local music scene seems to be thriving again thanks to these people putting the work in. So thank you to all of them. Whenever he comes by, we talk about local bands, what's coming up, what you can go check out and all that stuff. He's like our sort of insider for the local music scene. Dead Ex-Girlfriends just did one. My friend Gabby and Veda.
Yes.
Love them. I heard they crushed it. That was good. I heard you were talking to them.
Gabby said say hi to Gary when I see him
He's
next.
the best. Just such good like not just good musicians, but good people. I'm all about that.
Yeah, and apparently she was with The Flame before, was it? No.
Flame the Wolf.
The Wolf,
That's close.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And that's how far Gabby and I go back.
and
That's where we first met.
In my head, I pictured like a flaming wolf.
That's metal, dude. Well done. I like that very, very much. So what do we got coming up? What's going on with the scene, if you will?
Well, tomorrow night, Saturday, Coors Event Center Vizzy Stage, a show I've been looking forward to very much. It is Velvet Thread's album release party.
Yes, and our buddy Liet's playing with them.
Liet, yes. I know Liet. I first met him when I was at an Il Creatura show out at Blackstrap.
Love those guys.
Big Kahuna's little bar out there. Fantastic time.
Absolutely.
Amazingly cheap and delicious food.
I wish we could get
gonna
some
throw
of
that
that
out
food
there.
here. Now you're just getting me hungry. I got stuff thinking.
But
about
yeah,
food.
I was very excited when I heard Liet had joined the band. He's been around with them for a couple of years now.
Yeah, well, he's been with he's like one of those like utility men, and not just not just on stage, like behind the scenes too. He's always doing great things, and we love him very much.
Kind of like the A-Team, but just one guy.
The Liet team.
When you need him, you call.
That's it. Shows up with a bunch of gold in a big black van. Gold necklaces, jewelry.
Similar vein, shout out to Colin Klassen, just that utility guy that is everywhere I go around Saskatoon, he is there.
He's the guy.
I started to think maybe he was just like following me around, and then I realized it was actually me following him around because he was actually working at all of these shows.
You thought he was an Ugly Kid Joel fan? Stalking?
My first fan! Oh, wait, no.
Oh, no.
He's just being paid to do all the things. and
I'm the stalker now. Yeah, I get that.
But back to Coors Event Center, Velvet Threads.
Busy stage. So what's the difference between the different stages?
Well, they, I'm not 100% sure. I know they blew out 13 Pies, which was
Yes.
in the building, and 13
On the
Pies
side.
is down on the next street now.
Yeah.
I was there with my sister the other day. Amazing pizza.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I haven't actually gotten over there since they did this. So I'm told it's a very good stage, amazing acoustics.
Hold on a second. So it's like there's the big stage that we know, and then over where the pies were, that's another stage now?
I'm going to find out tomorrow.
I love that.
I think
Okay,
that's
put the
the
work in
case,
for us.
but I'm not
Yeah.
100% sure, so don't quote me on it.
Okay.
I've been
Either way
slacking-
you go there, you're going to see the show.
Yeah, I've been slacking on my visit to Coors Event Center.
You
apparently.
were just off for 2 weeks. This
Yeah,
is understandable as you're trying to get caught up with all this stuff.
But it is going to be a great show. They've got some merch I already saw. I was messaging Kate and saying I need to get my hands on one of those T-shirts.
Yeah, buddy.
And I'm also very excited for one of their openers, the Brothers G out of Hafford,
You're all about the
Saskatchewan.
Haffer boys,
Oh, man.
eh?
We had them on the show last week. We're going to have them on again next week because they have another show coming up at the Capitol next Saturday.
Awesome.
So if you're looking for your Brothers G fix, you can go Saturday and next Saturday.
Dude, that's a double Brothers G party.
Double Brothers G.
four
Jordan is almost done seating, so he's got a lot on the go. On top of being a star in the music industry, so they're
Farming's
busy
hard.
folks. Yeah.
Did you ask him how the crop's doing? How the season's going?
He said he is the only one out of his group that is not done seating yet.
Oh boy, yeah. We checked in with brother Chad out on the field there last week, and he was getting pretty darn close to us. So it sounds like things are going quite well, except for the mud. Except getting stuck in the mud. He almost got stuck well on Zoom with us, which was pretty fun.
I know the farmers are very appreciative of the rain, but at this point, it has
Gets a
delayed
little
some
tough.
seating efforts.
Yeah, shout out to all of our friends out Waldheim way out there, as we are always all about the farmers here in Saskatchewan,
Yes,
baby.
if the farmers are happy, we are happy.
There it is. Beautifully said. Anything else that's on your radar?
Next week on the show, we got all 5 days lined up already. 'Cause,
Whoa!
I've been very proficient since returning from holidays.
You are all over this.
So Monday, we've got our buddies Green Wing joining me.
Yes.
They just put out a music video for their song Better Than Yesterday.
Do you know who loves Green Wing more than anyone else in the world? Whitney.
Whitney does love
It's
Green Wing.
crazy.
Oh, yeah. She was
I
very
couldn't believe
excited
it.
about
Yeah,
this.
she's pumped.
But their music video is fantastic. They've actually took some shots of various shows they've done, including the one I was at Amigos. And like,
Are you in the video?
I looked. I'm not. In the
Of course, dude, everyone looks. You have to know.
I
It's
like
like
to
if you're gonna
lurk
thank
in the
you
background.
in the CD sleeve. You know?
I'm a show lurker. Because I usually go to them by myself, and I don't want to be that guy in front, just kind of because
Not dancing, not interacting, just taking it all in.
I've been asked on many occasions at shows if I'm having a bad time. Apparently, I have resting bee
Bad
face
face.
at concerts, and it's not because I'm not enjoying myself. I'm an absorber.
You're a critical thinker, is what you're.
I like to just stand there and like see and experience and hear everything that's going on. And so if I'm jumping around and celebrating, like I can't do that as well.
That's how I describe you when people ask about Ugly Kid Joel. I say, You are the most critical thinker I've ever met. Like, everyone can be in a circle talking about all sorts of stuff, brainstorming, doing this and that, and everyone will get their pieces in, and they'll all try to get in front of each other and get it out. And then once it's all done, Ugly Kid Joel will speak up and say something more thoughtful or more, important to what's happening than anything that was said previously. You're a thinker. It's a good thing.
I'm
You take it in
absorbing all
first.
the information and waiting to not say something stupid because I also do a lot of that.
Yeah.
So when given the opportunity, I like to take my time.
Yes. And I approve of that greatly. That's very well said.
But yeah, so back to the Greenwood thing. I intentionally wasn't standing in front because I'm aware that it looks bad when there's just this weird guy standing at the front of a crowd just staring at you, not
it.
reacting to anything. But that's just how I listen. So.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. So we got them Monday. Got some Greenwood going. What else you got?
Tuesday is your favorite pop punk band, the No Goes.
No goes. I heard there were rumors they were going to do something extra special for that. Is there anything going on?
They're coming in studio to chat. Yeah, I don't usually
Extra.
get people in studio.
I
They
love
don't,
that.
They don't want to see me face to face.
Everybody needs to see the face. It's always hidden under that brown bag you always wear out. So
Yeah,
it's nice to
well,
get to see the real thing.
I like to protect the public. I don't know if you've ever watched that episode of Futurama where the comedian wears the paper bag because if he takes it off, he sucks like their souls
All
out.
of it out, yeah.
It's
That's
kind
fair.
of similar,
Same thing.
so I apologize to anybody viewing
I
right
think it
now.
just makes you more mysterious and handsome.
Thank you.
So that's Tuesday. Shout out to the No Goes. What else we got?
Wednesday, a band I have not had on the show yet, but I've been following them on social media for a while, listening to the music. I love their sound. It is the Banastronauts,
Come on.
and that is a fantastic name.
Come on.
Banastronauts.
That's right up there with Mini Vandals. I love that.
A great
Amazing.
name, and I don't know what it is about their lead
Well, I was
singer.
going to say, please tell me this is not a shitty Beatles situation. No. Not just a clever name.
No, they're doing their own thing, and their lead singer has this voice that just reminds me of somebody, and I have yet to place it, so I'm going to
that's
keep
gonna be
thinking
cool.
on that. But it's fantastic
Critical
vocals, great band all around, and they're actually going to come on Wednesday and debut a single for us that is unreleased. It's called Casual.
I love debuting singles.
I'm very excited. They're putting it out next Friday, but we're going to debut it live on air
Love it.
early on Wednesday, so that's fantastic. And then, because I have a love for the Brothers G, they're coming back on Thursday
Hell yeah.
with their song Bitch Got a Gun, which we haven't played yet.
Bitch got a gun.
It is a rockin' tune.
How could it not be a name like that?
That sounds so lame when I say
Do you know how fun would it's a rockin' tune?
It's a
How
rockin'
fun
tune,
would it be if
man.
it was like a super slow love ballad?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, like,
I
bitch
I would listen to that from them.
got a gun.
But whatever they do it well. And so we got them back on next week to promote their show coming up.
And by the way,
next Saturday.
singing drummers. Singing drummers.
Yeah, that's a extremely
It's
hard,
so hard
thing to
and
do.
it's so cool when they do it, man. So shout out to again Brothers G for doing some of
Yeah,
that.
like look at Phil Collins. He's not the most attractive man, but I bet you he could get anybody he wants
Bro.
because he can sing and drum.
Have you heard Easy Lover?
Oh man, yeah.
Get out. I always say anytime I ever had to introduce that song, I always say I feel so bad for the drum skins from the recording of this song because those drums get the hell beat out of them, bro. Anyways.
And there's that 3 seconds of that other song that I really enjoy too. That's like, no, I'm not gonna make a bedroom joke about 3 seconds.
Nope, here we go.
Going on to Friday. Friday is our friend Greg Orre.
Oh, yes.
Orre with
Yes.
an apostrophe, but it's Gregory.
Greg Orre.
He's got such a unique sound. I love it. He's working on an album. He's coming out soon with an album, but he's got a new song out this Friday. So we're going to debut that new song with him on Friday.
Are you ready for me to blow your mind?
I like having my mind blown.
This is getting very, very sexy.
We're
very
on the
quickly.
edge of making
I know.
bad jokes.
So he's going on Strip Down next week. Do you know that?
Strip down.
Strip Down is our buddy Curtis Anderson, who was here yesterday. He does, it's where all the local bands go in and they play over. It was at Shaw. I guess it's still technically at Shaw. And they do sets and Curdy just interviews them in between songs and stuff. And with him going there next week, he's going to be here on Monday.
What do you know?
Right there. Sit
Well, you
right
tell
where
him I
are.
say hi.
I'm going to. I'm going to get all this set up.
He's a busy man because he's out near Langham this weekend because it's the Art in the Garden Festival. So there's some great local music out there. Gregory and Christopher and the Saints are out there as well. A couple local bands that I've had the pleasure of chatting with. So if you're looking for
cool.
something to do tomorrow, before you head over to the Velvet Threads show at Coors Event Center, Art in the Garden, quick little drive out to Langham.
Dude, you are way more informed than I expected.
I have pushed a bunch of information out of my brain to absorb this
This
information.
stuff. Yeah,
so
well, this is what it's all about, man. Promoting locally. That's what we say all the time here at Dan. We're all about bringing everyone together, right? Making the world a better place by doing good things. And Lord knows the local music scene needs some good things to be happening because it's way too hard to just do it on their own.
I would like the world to go at a better pace too. It's going far too fast for me.
Slow down,
and
medium
I would
pace.
like to talk to the manager about that, please.
That's good. All right. His name is Ugly Kid Joel, you know him from Hometown Rock. Each and every weekday evening, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. Monday through Friday.
There you go. So be sure to check that out as we continue to support all things local around these parts. We'll talk to you hopefully next week if it's all good.
Yeah, we can do that.
The best in the biz, man. Thank you so much. I love you, buddy. There you are. Boy, oh boy, do I ever love that man, the great Ugly Kid Joel. You can hear him every weeknight, including tonight at 8 p.m. on Hometown Rock. I absolutely love that guy. Friday, what do we got? We still got some time to kill here. I figure we might go back to our very special guest one more time because I love him so much as we move on the fly. By the way, this is a promo for you to go out and enjoy the Past Our Bedtime podcast with our friends Hardcora and Brooksy, as they had another edition dropped a couple days ago, and they have more coming up, and we love them oh so much. So to them, we love you guys and miss you greatly. We got Uncle Brando back.
Hello, it's me. I'm sorry
Man, you
to the
knocked-
whole internet.
Your presence knocked my thing over here.
Well, that's what I do. Knock things over.
I love
That's-
it.
That's my thing.
Friday-
I feel bad for Cora. She was here and something.
I did see she dropped off some more special tea, which I'm very excited for, as she is the alchemist around here, and we are going to, once we are legally able, to sell her incredible teas on our website, which is going to be very fun.
Wait a second.
What?
Wait a second. Are we talking like alchemist, like Rumpelstiltskin alchemist, like spin straw into gold?
Basically, yeah.
Like, do we have a resource that I have not?
Yeah, it's
known
untapped.
about?
It's untapped by you. This is a land that you have yet to tap if we're going to magic turn it.
Man,
Okay, and the creatures she creates in those teas are unbelievable. It's leaking into my head.
there is so much crime that you can do with alchemy, and I don't recommend anybody does crime, but I'm just saying, if we have access to an alchemist, we could get away with all kinds of stuff.
Get this. The only, I guess, experience I have with alchemy is in Skyrim, and all I learned was it's a big waste of time.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're going to sit there and make potions all day when you could be out, taking care of business with your dual-wielding orc and doing some dragon shouts, I'm pretty sure that you don't want to be spending time in the alchemist room
Man, it's just
trying to
that-
make yourself some health potions.
Just the one knife. That's all you need.
I'm a dual-wielding orc. What can I say?
Oh man, one knife.
It's the life I chose to live.
Snake man. Just
That's pretty cool.
one little knife.
Snake Man.
Snake.
Uncle Brando from the
Sounds
CCO podcast, the greatest podcast in the history of anything, anywhere, anytime. I promise you, is going to stick with us as we close this out. And I said, "What do you want to talk about?" And then he just looked me dead in the eye, like this ISO-camming. All right, LB ISO-camming. Here we go. He looks me dead in the eye. He goes, "Bro, don't worry, I got this." So I'm pumped to see what he's got.
And everybody thinks I'm going to say something crazy, but I'm actually not going to say something insane because I learned a new thing today.
I love when you start a sentence with that.
But it's not a fact or a fun gimmick or something I'm going to share. I learned a new thing about a new friend today.
Oh, okay.
And Will Brookman
LB.
brought his lady friend with
Yes,
us.
Brooklyn.
Very kind, very nice lady.
Yep,
Did you know that she is a childhood cancer survivor?
I did.
That is so...
Baller.
That's so fucking baller. Like, how tough do you have to be to beat one of the scariest things on the fucking earth and be totally badass about it? Like, and it doesn't never happen. But like, she's the very first cancer survivor I've ever met. If I can be so
Yeah,
out there, but I just
I'm
think
with you.
I think it's amazing that
it's
like,
a beautiful story, man. I
Right?
know.
It's
Very
wonderful.
rarely do you get to learn about that side, about people that have been through it, through the other side, and has somewhat returned to normality.
Yeah,
or
now
normal
she's
life.
living life, and she's like, she's dating Brookman, so I mean, there's only so much good that can come from
Yeah.
that. But I mean, I wish her well in her future endeavors as
We
far
all
as
do.
that goes.
It's beautiful.
And now that we've done that and we've significantly embarrassed everybody, I did secretly learn a new thing from her
Uh-oh.
that I'm going to share with everybody.
Here
right
we
now.
go. Here we go.
Did you know
Yes.
that if you have a prosthetic limb, you have to cut holes in it if you want to swim? Because
I
if
did
you
not.
don't, it will float and make it hard to swim. I learned that today. I never thought of that before.
I had no clue.
Never even occurred to me. But then I started thinking about, man, like if you had like a prosthetic limb, like you could totally do all kinds of stuff with that. You get like a flipper put on the bottom, like a fin, a little motor. Man, you could go so fast.
I think she liked the idea of the motor.
Yeah, I think I like the motor too.
Well, did you know this? I'm going to one-up you here. I hate to be the one-upper. Did you know that our boy LB built a canoe with his bare hands?
what?
Yeah.
Like how big was it?
Giant canoe, like normal size. What were...
16 feet. No, 15 feet.
Yeah.
15 feet.
It's not fully built yet.
Not.
Oh, boo. Last time I saw, she was damn near done. What's slowing you down?
Well, the structure of it's done. I still have to fiberglass and epoxy it.
Of course.
Okay.
So
you
right
gotta,
now I'm sanding.
so you have to make sure that it
A
doesn't.
lot of time sanding.
Oh, he's at the point where he's got to like make it look nice so it doesn't sink.
Yeah.
Not look nice, but like be watertight. That's important. And really cool, man. Like
This is, I'm
Yeah, we
learning
were
a lot.
talking about doing a little segment on it once it's fully done because I've been taking a lot of pictures and stuff. So.
I told you. I want that. I want to go through that adventure with you. I
we
want
could
to see
have
what
the-
it's like to make a canoe.
we could have the boat like on the thing. That'd be dope.
We could do a show from the canoe. We could put the canoe out on the deck there, and we can do a show from it.
Oh, on the deck.
Yeah.
Because
It'd be tough in here. We could probably do it in here. We
it
could
was
move
on
the
the-
tables off, and we could just sit in the canoe and do a canoe show.
the person, I'm not a big fan of water, so like boat and water, not really my thing.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you don't have to say it like that. He can't swim. It's fine. There's no shame in not being able to swim, bro.
I can swim enough to not die in a pool. In a pool. In the lake, I would certainly die.
Hold on. Didn't you just step foot into the ocean for
Oh
the first
yeah,
time?
but like up to like my
Okay.
thighs. Right?
That was
like
it.
it didn't go much higher than that.
And there was quicksand everywhere where people were dying. The under mud. Or
Oh
whatever
yeah,
you
no, that
call
was
it.
at a different part of the ocean though.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't messing with that.
Yeah, I
I didn't
don't
want
like
to.
quicksand.
I didn't want to be that guy that went to the ocean for the first time and had to get rescued. I didn't want to be that guy.
I bet.
Can you imagine if I came back here and said, "Yeah, I went to the ocean for the first time and I screwed it up"? You guys, I'd be like, "God damn it, Brando," and I didn't want to be that guy.
I've been watching lots of Larry David clips, and if you never heard or know who Larry David is, he's the guy who created Seinfeld, and he's got his own show called Curb Your Enthusiasm, and the guy is absolutely hilarious. And one of the clips was when he was watching his best buddy's daughter, who was swimming in the ocean, and he was playing his BlackBerry. He was playing like Brick Breaker on his BlackBerry or something like that.
Sure.
And she starts saying, I'm drowning. He's like, okay, hold on. Because the parents were gone. They said, watch the daughter. He's like, yeah, of course. And then he goes, runs, like, wait a minute, my brick breaker. So he runs back to put the phone down, and then runs again. He's like, whoa, wait a minute, and goes back and covers the phone up. And then by the time he actually goes to save her, the mom and dad came back and saved her. I feel like that would be the situation if you were drowning. Like, hold on, Brando, I just got to
I'm
beat
on
my
my
high
way."
score in Snake here real quick, you know?
Oh, wait, Mom. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
that'd
so
be terrible.
water's dangerous. I'm the same way, man. I've never been a
water's
big water
scary.
guy. I get chirped a lot for not being a big water guy.
I can't imagine anybody like even swimming in the ocean 'cause it's so salty. It tastes so bad. I know we talked about
You
that.
should try
already.
opening your eyes in the ocean.
Oh, absolutely not.
I did that. It's not as bad as you think.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, ocean. Ocean.
Do we have Network Ryan's mic on over there? Okay.
He's talking about enemas.
Ocean water varieties.
Yeah, Ryan loves enemas, and I know that because he always tells me. Because it's like it's the thing that he likes to do.
Must be a Friday here on your show.
Let's do some CCO behind the scenes, after dark, if you will.
Now we're cooking.
Sometimes we use lingo, tap land. We use the word ass instead of ash.
Yeah.
Butt instead of blood. When Ryan says I have to go and mow my lawn, what he secretly means is I have to add salt to water and then shoot it up my butt with a pressurized hose. And he thinks that I don't know that, but I do because Rebecca told me. And she wouldn't lie to me because she's a nice lady.
That's Mrs. Network.
Mrs. Network, yeah, Mike's on now,
Yeah,
apparently.
there he is.
Yeah.
You don't want to know the kinds of things that Rebecca thinks that you and I do. Saturday morning recording sessions with Gary. Now Gary's involved?
Yeah.
The party keeps getting bigger,
Yeah.
bro.
Oh, man.
It never ends.
Bigger.
That's
Well,
true.
the party size on average went down when Gary
Yeah.
became part of it.
Yeah,
But
I got that. That's another wiener joke. If you're keeping track at home, it's what you get on the fantastic CCO podcast.
Yeah,
How's
hey,
it all
can-
going
hey,
over there?
can
Hey,
we, can we make donations for wiener jokes on Fridays?
yeah.
Hey,
sure.
that's a good idea. We
What
got
do
to
we-
find a wiener charity. Whatever. I don't know.
Seems like a very specific
Prostate cancer.
search. Well, there you go.
Prostate cancer. Prostates
Hey,
love
there you go.
wieners, and that's awesome, especially in the month of June.
Hey, it is.
it's Pride Month and-
It's.
No, guys, now we're going over. This is the family show edition of this whole thing.
He
we
asked
can't
us
go too far like
how
that.
CCO's doing. Really good, actually.
There he is.
I know I'm not on camera when
It's
this is
okay.
happening, and I'm not moving into camera one. Sorry.
No, do you know what I'll do?
sorry,
Is
Albie?
I will make it look like I'm talking for you. So
Sure.
just pretend I'm Network Ryan. Here we
Yeah,
go.
so all the audio listeners are not going to get any of that.
No, that's fine. It's a gimmick.
CCO podcast. Brando, how's it going?
CCO podcast is going exceptionally well. We got some events coming up very soon. We're going to be
Yep.
down in the sister city, the worst city in the province, in Regina, very soon with some
Dude,
of our.
I'm from PA. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but you're not from Regina. That's why I respect you. And so we're going to go down to Regina, and we're going to hang out there with some of our very best friends in the whole world. We're going to go to the Pile of Bones tap room.
Yeah,
We're
our
gonna do
good
all lots of
friends
fun
at
stuff.
Pile of Bones. They are the official beer sponsor for CCO's Sidewalk Slam Season 2, as Brando says on Commander Cookout. And we're going to pack the tap room. We're going to pack the tap. Can we Google that?
Pack the tap? Yeah, I think so. I think we probably can. Hey, that's probably safe.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got planned at least 15 CCO dude bros and potential wives. And kids are allowed till 8. Kids are allowed till 8. Last call for kids at 7. And
Last call. You don't want the kids going home drunk.
yeah, last call for kids is at 7. And of course, the face-to-face games guys are going to come for the CCO after party, and that's in September. Come November, the weekend after my anniversary, we're going to the Canadian Tour Championship weekend for the West in Calgary. And Calgary show's always a blast, hey, because they get like the convention centers at the Stampede grounds.
Yep.
And of course, close-ish to like downtown and the Unicorn, your favorite bar in the world.
That's right.
And my cousin Jess, who you're good friends with.
Yes.
We're going to leave it at that. And usually we have a good place to stay. And there's going to be a ton of dude bros, like
Yes.
Alexi and Aiden, and everybody already confirmed to go.
Yep. It's going to be a really good time. We're going to get to see some really cool people and be part of a really great event put on by some even better people than us. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. So CCO in general, very healthy. If you're looking to get into Magic or do some gaming or just
Be entertained, man.
Yeah, just
That's
go
what
by
I'm
and-
saying. You don't have to understand that. At least with the pre-show, I tell Network Ryan all the time, the pre-show is a great way for you guys to promote your interactions and sort of how you go about when you maneuver through an episode. Because once we get into it, I don't understand anything, obviously, because it's, again, the hardest frickin' game to learn in the history of anything. But being a part of it and being around it, I'm learning that you guys have all of these jokes and all this hilarity that just sort of filters through all of it as you go, which makes it very entertaining for me.
We get so many people who say things like, I watched the pre-show and the first 10 minutes of the show for the banter. When the Magic talk
And then it gets
starts,
hard.
I
Yeah.
shut it off.
Yeah.
And then we've got the opposite crowd that's like,
They just want the meat.
I want the meat. I want the Magic the Gathering talk. So I find the chapters in like the YouTube lets you separate your show into chapters.
Nice.
So like at 13 or 15 minutes when we
label 'em.
start talking about Magic stuff, people just skip ahead.
That's it.
Right?
So, just before we get the Frankie's fingers to roll us into the weekend, would you say that since you've joined the Dufferin Avenue Media Network, and I mean join us and like being a part of all this stuff that we're doing, have you seen a positive influence with the podcast that you've been doing for the last 8 years?
100%. Our audience has gone up.
love that.
We've always had a really positive interaction and relationship with our audience, and our audience has only grown since we've been here.
And it's such a niche audience. That's the thing that you're always fighting against, right? But it's a blessing and a curse.
It's hard to grow a very finite audience, but it has grown since we've been here. And I mean, just personally for myself, and I can speak for Ryan as well on this one. Like just being in this space is really conducive to like being creative and making not just what we're doing and keep going with it, but to try new things and to go above and beyond what we thought we could do before. Because you can do fucking anything in here, and that's awesome.
To let it flower, right? Like to
Yeah.
say, hey, we've got this thing that's really cool, but let's kind of develop it even further, right?
Yes.
And we're so lucky, without getting super mushy, because you know I don't like to do it, but we're so lucky that our niche audience in a niche game is so invested in us because
Very well
CCO,
put.
Commander Cookout podcast, and Commander Cookout in general, because we've got the whole media group now, right? There's so many shows. We've got so many people that know that the show is based on a foundation of like no BS, right? Like it's exactly what you see on the show, is the people that we get. And people say to us when they meet us for the first time in real life, you guys are just like on the show. Even the accent.
Yeah. And then they say, I thought Brando was the tall one. That's the other thing that they say.
Classic.
Yeah.
You sound so much taller on the show.
Yeah. Well, then I
like
sit
that line.
higher in my chair. 'cause
yeah.
my
When we
chair's
were
jacked up.
at the old studio, I had this old crappy chair that like you jack it up all the way, but over the course of the episode, it would sink down.
I've had chairs like that
Took
before.
about 40 minutes for it to go all the way and bottom out.
won't
So I
quite
look
lock
like
in.
I was like
Yeah.
5'2", and Brando jacks his chair up so his feet dangle, and he's only 5'7", right? And I'm like, man, I am like half a foot taller than Brando.
Yeah, but not on the internet. And
No.
as we all know, the internet, everything you see on there is true. Like I look
Super
as
real.
tall as Gary right now if you're watching on the thing.
I'm actually quite short.
And I am not tall. I actually really like being around like
You know what though, Gary? The beard makes up for it. You're a stud, and Brando, you look tall on the internet like Tom Cruise does.
Yes.
on
There it
Mission
is.
yeah,
Impossible.
buddy.
There
I've
There
got
it
you.
is.
I'm all about leaving on a high note,
Yeah.
and that is a high note. CCO Podcast in the house. That is your good friend Ryan and Uncle Brando hanging out, as we call it, another week here on your show. I think we're ready for it. Let's play us on out, Frankie. Oh, that's good. Now, these Friday ones are a lot harder to do because you have so many people you have to talk to. You gonna play the piano? There you go.
Are you gonna play the piano and pretend that you're in a rock band called One Bad Son?
Ooh.
Because they totally have a piano player.
Do they? Yeah, they
Like
do.
the Buffs, they have everything.
It's the internet.
They,
It's
go,
true.
yeah, they get whatever they want. One Bad Podcast dropping episode 3 earlier this morning. Go check that out. Where let me check my notes. Anywhere you can find
Podcasts.
podcasts. I
Better
should really add
podcast.
the end of that. It just says anywhere you can find it. I always just leave it there thinking that's what I'm supposed to say. Gotta be better.
You're like Anchorman. Up yours, San Diego, or whatever he says. Yeah.
Whale's vagina. That's the one. All right. To the CCO boys, thank you for stopping by. They got new episodes coming out. It goes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then you got the whole other side with all the other stuff I definitely don't know
Gameplay,
about.
competitive
Yeah.
Magic the
It's all there.
Gathering. We got it all there.
LB's girlfriend, Brooklyn, thank you for finally coming out and checking everything out here. We appreciate you greatly. LB, I don't have to say anything to you because you know how we feel about you. You are, again, the face that runs the place. Thank you for building all this for us and continuing to operate it. The Dragon was in the house. Our friend Hardcore Cora here is for a quick visit, so we love her, and we'll get to talk to her next week. Brooksy stopped by. It's great to see her. Ugly Kid Joel, telling you all about the shows coming up and around town, which is always fun. Coach Mazer was here like 3 times. We talked to our buddy Adrian from Australia. We did our first ever double Zoom this week. I should have kept track of all the stuff we did. We did way too much stuff.
That's a lot of stuff. Just a second though, before we go. Brookman in Brooklyn?
Well, his real name's Adam.
No, his real name is Brookman.
His last name.
Yeah, but that's still
If
his
they
real
do
name.
get married, she will be Brooklyn Brookman.
I have never wanted anything more in my life.
Has that ever been a problem between
Neither
you guys?
has
Ever
he.
thought about that moving forward? No.
I have never wanted anything more than I want that.
Oh, I can't wait till he proposes. This is gonna be great.
I hope that we're all.
Can we go live from the wedding?
I
Live
think
from the
she was
Brooklyn
planning to
wedding?
dump him when he brought her here.
Yeah, as
She
soon as
just
she
wanted
met
to
us.
see the studio, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
she's
that's
So,
kicking him
yeah,
out.
we don't want any. Now that I've met your friends,
She's gonna
Brookman.
be Curbman,
Yeah,
because that's where she's kicking him.
that's right.
It's actually Brooklyn Curbin now.
Yeah.
That's fun. All right. To everyone else, thank you again for another incredible week. We'll be back Monday, 4 p.m. Be nice to each other until then. All right. Have a great weekend. What a time.